Heidi Klum, the eternal supermodel whose chameleon-like presence has graced runways and red carpets for over 3 decades, once again redefined boundary-pushing fashion at Paris Fashion Week's Vetements show. Her appearance was a masterclass in audacious elegance, blending vulnerability with unapologetic boldness in a look that commanded every flashbulb and whisper in the city of light. Arriving arm-in-arm with her daughter Leni, Klum initially cloaked her ensemble in a voluminous menswear overcoat, its tailored lines evoking a detective's trench from a noir film. Dark aviator sunglasses shielded her eyes, adding an air of enigmatic allure as she posed against the venue's stark facade, the autumn chill nipping at the crowd of fashion elite. Leni, at 20, complemented her mother's mystery with a daring torso-bearing set, a high-waisted black leather skirt cinched at the hips, paired with a cropped bralette that exposed toned midriffs and subtle tattoos. The duo's synchronicity was palpable, a generational torch passing in high style, but as Leni slipped away for solo shots, Klum shed her outer layer like a second skin. What emerged was the epitome of the naked dress trend elevated to ethereal heights. A floor-length, long-sleeve gown crafted from utterly sheer gray lace, its intricate floral motifs weaving a delicate web across her form. Integrated gloves extended the illusion, encasing her arms up to the fingertips in translucent finery, while beneath, only a nude thong preserved a whisper of modesty. Klum's blonde waves cascaded just low enough to veil her chest, a calculated tease that played with light and shadow. The gown's debut wasn't serendipitous. It hailed directly from Vetements' Spring-Summer 2025 collection, which Klum herself had strutted during its January unveiling. Back then she opted for a more armored iteration, leather pants hugging her legs, a graphic tee emblazoned with subversive slogans, and that same overcoat draped like a cape. The contrast was electric, runway restraint versus front-row revelation. Here at 52, Klum embodied the designer's ethos of deconstructed luxury, the lace's diaphanous quality transforming her into a spectral vision, ethereal yet empowered. As she pivoted for photographers, the fabric caught the golden hour glow, rendering her silhouette a living sculpture, curves accentuated, poise unbroken. Then came the coup de grace, a parting of her lips to reveal platinum grills capping her teeth, a metallic gleam that fused high fashion with street swagger. Sticking out her tongue in playful defiance, Klum flashed the custom dental accessory, its rows of shiny caps catching light like jewels in a crown. This wasn't mere accessorizing, it was a statement, merging supermodel sophistication with hip-hop edge, a nod to Vetements' penchant for cultural mashups. The grills, likely bespoke from a celebrity jeweler, added an auditory crunch too. Imagine the subtle clink against champagne flutes later. Klum's smile, broad and mischievous, invited complicity, turning what could be confrontational into celebratory. Paris Fashion Week, that biannual bacchanal of creativity, provided fertile ground for such reinvention. The Vetements show, helmed by creative director Guillaume Gvasalia since 2021, has evolved from punk provocations to poetic explorations of identity. This season's theme, Veiled Threats, played with transparency, literal and metaphorical, mirroring Klum's choice. As guests like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky filed in, buzz centered on how the collection blurred gender lines and generational gaps, with pieces nodding to archival Vetements like distorted logos and oversized silhouettes. Klum, a week regular since her Victoria's Secret heyday, has long been Gvasalia's muse. Her participation bridges the brand's underground roots with mainstream allure. Klum's career trajectory makes this moment all the more resonant. From Sports Illustrated swimsuit covers in the 90s to judging Project Runway and hosting her Halloween extravaganzas, she's a shapeshifter, unafraid of evolution. Motherhood, to 4 children including Leni with ex Flavio Briatore and 3 with Seal, has only amplified her fearlessness, often incorporating family into her fashion narrative. Leni's presence here echoed their joint Harper's Bazaar spread, where they modeled mirror-image looks, symbolizing continuity. Yet, Klum's solo reveal asserted individuality. At an age when many retreat, she advances, her body a canvas of confidence. The outfit's technical wizardry deserves dissection. The lace, sourced from Italian ateliers famed for bridal couture, featured laser-cut patterns that danced with movement, ensuring opacity where intended while teasing elsewhere. The gloves, seamless extensions, allowed gesticulation without snags, practical for a front-row fixture who air kisses and applauds vigorously. Beneath, the thong's seamless nude hue was a strategic choice, blending into skin for an almost nude illusion, a technique honed by stylists like Elizabeth Saltzman. Klum's makeup, minimal with dewy skin and smoky eyes, let the dress dominate, while her hair, blown out in loose waves, framed the exposure artfully. Reactions poured in real time. Instagram lit up with captions like, "Heidi just rewrote the rulebook," and "Age? What's that?" Critics praised the vulnerability, likening it to Klum's 2018 sheer Schiaparelli gown at the AMFR Gala, but elevated by the grille's irreverence. Vesalia later tweeted a fire emoji under her post, tacit endorsement. For Klum, this wasn't shock for shock's sake, it's empowerment. "Fashion is about feeling powerful," she said in past interviews, a mantra evident in her post-divorce glow-up and advocacy for body positivity. As the show commenced, models glided in veiled capes and metallic accents, the soundtrack a thumping remix of 90s club anthems. Klum, seated beside Anna Wintour, clapped with gloved hands, her grills flashing under strobe lights. Post-show, she and Leni dined at a left bank bistro, toasting with Rose, the lace now draped over a chair like a discarded skin. This appearance cements Klum's legacy, not just a model but a provocateur who at 52 wears transparency as armor. In Paris's hallowed halls, she reminded us that true style bears the soul, one sheer thread at a time.